السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم عجل لوليك الفرج عليه السلام. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم والعن عليهم أجمعين. Respected viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. In our previous two slides, we showed how we are supposed to be sending salutations to the holy Ahlul Bayt as well as Imam of our time, alayhimu salatu wassalam. We also showed how, in which state we are supposed to be when we are sending the salutations, in which state not to be when we are sending the salutations, along with the method that Islam approves of sending salutation as well as the benefits of sending the salutations. If you have not watched that, please do go back and look for it. You might get something for you and for me. In this slide, we will see how the holy Ahlul Bayt have taught us, how Imam Zakirah Fatimeh in Dua al-Ahad is teaching us to talk and converse with Allah. And so we started, let's get a recap. What we did is we started with praising Allah, and after praising Allah and His attributes, we came to saluting the holy Ahlul Bayt, and in that we had a lot to learn as well. And now we come into renewing our covenant with the holy Ahlul Bayt. And so when we are renewing our covenant, we are renewing our bay'ah. Before we go into this line, I want to ask us all, what is bay'ah? Bay'ah is a promise. Bay'ah is a covenant. Bay'ah is the state of us in total acceptance and total submission to the Ahlul Bayt. And here when we are pledging bay'ah to the Imam of our time, we are promising him that we are not going to be astray from his path. We are promising him that we are going to be firm on the path of his and his father and his forefathers and his grandfather. Now let me take you back to Karbala. Do you remember that when we look at 28th of Rajab, Imam Hussain alayhimu salatu wasalam said, I do not leave Medina in pursuit of wealth or any worldly gain or for leadership or power. I leave in order to establish the good and enjoying the good and forbid from evil, and I leave in order to remind and rejuvenate the religion of my grandfather, the Prophet of Allah, as well as the seerah, the attribute, the quality of my father, Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ali ibn Abi Talib, alayhimu salatu wassalam. And so this has been the mission of all the Imams throughout. And so also, Imam of our time also has the same mission to uphold the same deen, the same religion, and to uphold the same that we are supposed to be following. And like we said in our previous clip, that dua that we recite in our prayers every day, every time we pray, Ihdina sirat al-mustaqim, the Tafseer of sirat al-mustaqim, according to the Holy Prophet. And this narration is also narrated in the Sunni books like Al-Bukhari, whereby one day Abu Bakr was sitting in Masjid al-Nabawi and the Holy Prophet was there, and he happened to ask the Holy Prophet, Ya Rasulallah, Ma siratul mustaqim? What is siratul mustaqim? And the Holy Prophet asked him to sit. He stood up again and asked, Ya Rasulullah, what is siratul mustaqim? The Holy Prophet the second time asked him to sit. The third time he stood up and asked, Ya Rasulullah, what is siratul mustaqim? The Holy Prophet said, sit, I will tell you. Wait, I will tell you. And the Holy Prophet was waiting for a certain entity to enter. And after some time, Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhimu salatu wasalam, enters Masjid al-Nabawi, and Rasulullah Khuda says, Oh Abu Bakr, Rasulullah says, Oh Abu Bakr, you asked, Ma siratul mustaqim? Then look, pointing with both his hands towards Amir al-Mu'mineen, the Holy Prophet says, Oh Abu Bakr, Ya Abu Bakr, Hadha This Ali ibn Abi Talib is Siratul Mustaqim. And according to famous Mufassirin, they say the statement Ihdina Siratul Mustaqim, the tafsir of that is Ihdina Siratul Aliyul Mustaqim, the path of Ali ibn Abi Talib. And that is proven by the next verse, Siratul Ladina Na'amta Alayhim, the path of which those whom you have blessed. And who is the greatest ni'mah? Look at Surah Al-Takathur. The ni'mah, the tafsir is the Ahlul Bayt. Surah Al-Ladina An'amta Alayhim Ghayr al-Maghdubi Alayhim Wala-Dhalin. And not in the path of those who have gone astray, meaning those who have betrayed Ali ibn Abi Talib, those who have sinned, those who have forsaken the imamah, and those who accept the imamah and then they continue to sin. God forbid you and I should be amongst those who are zaleen. We hope we are not in that category, and that's why Imam Ja'far Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam has taught us this dua, so that although we do sin, we renew our covenant every morning after Fajr, so that we come back and we do not go further away. And so we come to the next line. After salutations to the Ahlul Bayt, we say Allahumma inni ujaddidu lahu fi sabihati yawmi hadha. Oh Allah, I update to him in the beginning of this day. I renew to him in the beginning of this day. You and I both use smartphones. You and I both use laptops. We use gadgets. You know what F5 the refresh button is. You know what F5 the update button is. So you know what Mac is updating. Windows is updating. And so we are supposed to update. We are supposed to renew. Our software expires every day. We need to update. And which software is that? It is the software of bay'ah that is shown through our actions. That software expires daily. Daily you need to update your software. You need to refresh your software. You need to renew your software. You need to renew your bay'ah with Imam al-Waqt. Now when I'm saying you here, it's a hypothetical term that means you and I both, yeah? Not only you alone. I am probably the most wretched and sinful slave that has ever walked the face of earth. So we may never know. So when I say you, please don't take it as personal, but you and I, both of us, need to renew. We need to update. Do not forget to press F5, and F5, that stands for forever. 5, forever. Ahlul Kisa, forever. Panjatan. So don't forget, every morning, F5, every morning, Ujaddidu lahu. Every morning, renew your bay'ah with the Imam of the time, and then you continue in the next verse that we should look into tomorrow, inshallah, or in our next slide, whenever it is aired. We will say وَمَا عِشْتُ مِنْ أَيَّامِ, and throughout the days of our lifetime, a pledge. وآخر دعوانا عن الحمد لله رب العالمين. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. اللهم عجل لوليك الفرج عليه السلام.